for the first step in making the die, or the one dice that you need for the mini Sorry game, you're going to need the dice, one dice, piece of sandpaper, and a scratch awl. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is all the corners of the die need to be sanded the same amount so that the die has good action when you roll it. You can see when you roll it now, it doesn't really jump around too much. We want to evenly ease the corners so that the dice will roll better. So basically, I'm going to take it on a corner like this. See if you can get a good way to see it. So it's the corners, this opposite corner, straight up and down, like this. I mean, this corner here is straight up and down from that one, and I'm going to sand about the same amount of time. So I'm going to count. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you'll look at it. That looks, you can see it. That looks pretty good there. See, it's a little bit. That corner's been a little bit eased compared to that one. That one's still sharp. So we're going to do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to do that on all the corners. So when we get that done, we'll come back and show you the next step. So I've got all 12 corners here, or edges, sanded. Now we're going to do these corners just a little bit. Okay, so that's going to be just going like this, and that we don't want to do too much. Again, having the opposite corner above it. Do this maybe 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and so on. We'll come back in a minute and show you what that looks like after we're done. So I've got all those corners sanded, so it should kind of look like this now. Hopefully you can see that okay. Now you want to check it, make sure it rolls pretty good. The action is good on it. If it doesn't look too good, then you can go back and work a little bit more on them until it gets a good action. So I'm not happy with this yet, so I'm gonna keep going, and I'll come back and show you what that looks like. Okay, this one's pretty good now. But one thing you want to do is, check see how it rolls. That looks pretty good. And you also want to make sure all these flat surfaces now are fairly even. If you see any that are a little bit uneven, like this one's a little narrow, this one's wide, so I'm going to widen that one just a little bit. Try and get them all even. And give it another try. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Okay, so the next step is you're going to take the scratch awl, and you're going to start on one side of the dice. You're going to put one indent like that. Then you got to go to the opposite side, put one indent. So you got an indent there, and on the opposite side you got an indent there. Right? Now the next surface we're going to do 2. 1, 2. Just like on a dice, like that, right? And now I'm going to go to the opposite edge, so I'm going to do this. This is where I did it. I'm going to do it on this one. I'm going to put 2 over there. 1, 2. And then I'm going to do 2 over here, 3 over here on this one, and then 3 here, and then 3 there. Okay? Okay, the next thing we're going to do on these is we're going to you're going to use one of the drills, and we're going to slightly drill where we made the indents. So to do that, you want to put it in a vise, or you could have somebody help you hold it like that on the table. And then, so I'm going to put this in the vise since I don't have anybody right here, and I'm going to put the drill bit, the point of the drill bit, right in there, and just with the weight of the drill, we're going to make maybe just 2 turns, and that's plenty. And what it's going to look like is that. Okay, so I'm going to do that to all. So this is a 3 side. One, 2. Oops, that moved. So I'm going to continue doing that, and I'll come back and show you what it's going to look like. So you got to keep on drilling all the holes till you got a little, just like a little dimple all the way around. So this dice, you notice it doesn't go up to 6. We just have 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. Now, one thing you want to be careful of is make sure you only go a couple turns, 3 at the most. If you go too many turns, these holes are going to be too deep, and you may ruin your bite, and you may ruin the dice. Okay, so there's one more thing to finish. We'll come back and show you that in just a sec. Okay, the last step is to take the 2 colors that you have. In this case, doesn't matter what color you have, but this is red and blue. And you're going to color start with 1. So you're going to color in here in the indent. You got 1. That's red. I'm going to turn it over. Now I'm going to do the blue. Do it carefully. Take your time. You want it to look nice. And then you're just going to continue on all the other sides. 3 would be blue. This 3 would be red. That 2 would be red. That 2 would be blue. All right, and that's all there is to making your dice.